Paul W. Smith's 2020 Virtual Pure Michigan Tour, presented by Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org. WJR's transportation sponsor is Dean Trailways of Michigan, online at DeanTrailways.com. Paul's Pure Michigan Tour broadcasts are also sponsored by Shepler's Mackinac Island Ferry, family owned and operated for over 70 years, and by Northwoods Wholesale Outlet in Pinconning. Today, we'll virtually explore Detroit and Southeast Michigan. This morning's broadcast is sponsored by Huntington Bank. For more information, visit huntington.com. Now, here's Paul W. Smith.
Good Friday morning to you. That's right. It's Friday.
Yay!
Ooh, you can say that again.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It is Friday, May 22nd, the 143rd day of 2020. There are 223 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift, especially a Friday going into a long, for many of us, holiday weekend with Memorial Day coming up this Monday. And I think I heard Dick say in the news, get ready for the 80s. Is that what I heard you say, Dick? Get ready for the 80s. Yikes, that's cool. That's fair. I mean, no, that's warm. That's not cool. That's warm. Dick Hafner is here.
Warm.
Yep. Just like summertime. Dick Hafner, WJR News, our news director, is here. Of course, Dana Clark, taking care of traffic and weather and downloads. We'll talk about some movies to see from home still, some good places to pick up some food for the weekend, the holiday and such. And our executive producer, Ann Thomas, as you can see right there on the screen as well. Good morning, Annie.
Good morning, Dub. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Hey, I'll tell you what, the residents of Saginaw County, Spalding Township, about 40 minutes away from other problems that we've talked about, are kind of in trouble here. The residents of Saginaw County being urged to evacuate their homes yesterday due to another dike breach that's causing flooding. This is just southwest of the city of Saginaw, and this is a township that encompasses much of the marshy Shiawassee National Wildlife Refuge. So it's one problem after another in that neck of the woods, and that problem. So that's been happening that we've been talking about from Midland and all that middle Michigan part of the country suffering. So we'll keep you on top of that, Dick. I know you will, with anything new that's happening. And I don't know what else is happening, anything new other than slow but sure drainage in the other areas that got hit, well, starting Tuesday and then big into Wednesday. And anything new to report in that area, Dick?
The water is going down very slowly. Many people have been able to get back to their homes, sloshing through water. Some of the neighborhoods don't have any other water except what's in the basements, and some homes are still inundated. So at least they've been able to get back into their homes to look what's happening, look at what's left. And the power has been coming back on into the area. So, of course, there's a danger with that if there's water in the basement. And the city is still telling people, look, if there's a danger and your house is flooded out, just stay out. Go in and look and then get out of there.
Yeah. So our thoughts and prayers with those people still battling all of that. You're listening to us and you're experimenting along with us in our coming to you now between 5:35 and 6:15. Not only on 760 on the AM dial, which we're still coming to you from and will all morning long till 9 o'clock for the Paul W. Smith Show, but also we're streaming at WJR.com, Facebook.com, and you can also find us on YouTube. Search WJR 760 AM, and you can kind of follow along. Eventually, and I think the plan is to probably or possibly do the whole show like this, but
yes,
right
sir.
now, as our listeners experiment with us, we're doing it in bits and pieces till we get all the equipment in line that we need to, and all of us in line as well. But right now, it's 5:42 on WJR.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus Bulbs.
At Batteries Plus Bulbs, we've never been prouder to back you up, to keep trucks running, thermometers working, each other connected. So when you need us, we'll be here at your local Batteries Plus Bulb store, curbside, and batteriesplus.com.
And of course, we have our WJR traffic and weather first, and that means we have Dana Clark.
And traffic first.
I'm not sure why we're doing that.
I don't want that. We need to change that back. That's something Dana.
Difference
Thank
today.
you. Yeah.
Hines Drive, both directions, eastbound and westbound between Outer Drive and Ann Arbor Trail. It is closed there due to flooding. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel, sponsored by the Cremation Society of Michigan. For over 32 years, the Cremation Society of Michigan has been providing dignified cremation services without the cost of traditional funerals. For cremation information, contact the Cremation Society of Michigan at 1-800-241-3131 or visit cremationmichigan.com.
A few showers back into the forecast now. A few here this morning, a few this afternoon. Nothing widespread, 70 degrees. Tonight, some breaks in the clouds early, 56. Saturday looks pretty good. Sunshine clouds near 80. Mid-upper 80s for Sunday, Monday, but a few showers and thunderstorms scattered around. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Staging on News Talk 760 WJR.
All righty. Thank you, Ray. It is 5:44 on this Friday morning going into the Memorial Day holiday. See, I saw a statistic last night that said there's a tremendous percentage of people who don't even know why or what Memorial Day is. Well, we'll talk about that throughout the morning, that's for sure. Rush Limbaugh is with us Monday through Friday from noon till 3, and he checks in with us first thing in the morning right here.
Now, according to Politico, the wizards running Joe Biden's campaign.
So people streaming
People on Facebook.
God will not hear Rush.
If they'd like, they can hear Rush.
How can
As
they do
long
that?
Curtis or Brian or Curtis could put him back through the feed.
Doesn't come naturally for
I'm not sure which is
downright
the best way.
embarrassing. Another big problem is finding the right message for
problem we were experiencing were some of our Facebook watchers were hearing commercials
smelling their
over
hair.
some of our stuff.
But Politico reports that for the
they
first
were worried
the
that
Democrats worry there could
Facebookers
be a
wouldn't be
big
able to hear
downside
us.
attacking President
I'm
Trump
not
right now. They
sure
think there's a danger that
what they're hearing this morning.
Maybe one
of them could tell us what they're hearing right now.
Too far attacking Trump, and the public is in no mode to hear it. I guess it's too bad that Joe Biden's memory isn't what it used to be. If it was, he could just tell the people running his campaign what life was like during the campaign of 19.
You see my hat?
There, young, sharp, all that. Then the Democrats would know what to do now. But
is that the Paul W. Smith Golf Classic?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Cool.
Rush Limbaugh, noon
nice.
to 3 today, right here on
I'm the only one without a
WJR.
hat on.
We have
I'm the only one.
uncertain times.
I'm the
Count
only one
on
with a big forehead.
we have a meeting this morning, a Paul W. Smith Golf Classic meeting. I can only be there for about a half hour, and then I got to go to another meeting, but I'll be there.
Oh, I'll only be there for, if that, a half an hour. Meetings should not last longer than a half an hour. Unless we're trying to save the world, then we could take 35 minutes. But otherwise, meetings are way too long.
Sometimes they go a little bit longer, yes. Those meetings can go pretty quickly, though. So
yeah, I've got some good news. We have some very good, it's good to see we have a lot of our generous clients, sponsors.
Oh,
generous
wonderful.
Sponsors
Good.
have re-signed up, and that's especially important during this COVID-19 period with our golf outings still on.
I was just going to say, are we going to talk about the elephant in the room? Is
Yeah,
there going to be an outing?
it's still on for August 3rd, unless they tell me at this meeting that they found otherwise. But the people are working on this and working on the safe distancing and all the things you have to do special on a golf course.
To have
One
a
of the
golf
rules
outing?
was to not you can't grab the stick
No.
anymore.
Mm-mm.
Although there's a lot of different things. So but
The
as
other
far as
thing
I
is only at the moment at the golf club, only one person per cart.
Mm-hmm.
and that's going to be a problem with the number of people we have playing in the golf tournament.
All right. So there may need to be some more tweaking going on.
We'll see what they say. I know
there, right?
Melanie has been meeting. I don't have my notes in front of me. I have them over in the corner for that. Is that a Zoom meeting or just on the phone meeting?
That's just on the phone meeting, I believe.
What an old-fashioned way to do a meeting anymore.
Right. We got to straighten them around.
No. I'm happy.
We're ready for a
it.
Zoom meeting.
Well, at least we're having a meeting and things are moving along from what I can tell. You can go to paulwsmithgolf.com, paulwsmithgolf.com for more information, and we welcome new and old sponsors coming back.
We have lots of Facebookers tuning in early.
Steve is there, Bill.
Oh, yeah, Bill says meetings go too long.
It's the truth.
Lots of meetings. There's lots of meetings these days, too.
Well, there's not a lot to do other than have meetings.
Right. They want to pretend like you're doing something. So let's have a meeting. Well, I'm ready for the weekend. I have some props.
Oh, you do? What are you going to do?
You ready?
Weekend? Yeah, we're ready.
No, I have this finally came from Amazon. It's an oximeter.
I got one too.
Okay. So anybody who comes in, they got to put their, check their oxygen levels.
Sweetheart, do we have an oximeter?
And then I have my trusty wand.
Oh, yeah.
You got a big one.
I do.
Welcome back to the 17th annual Paul W. Smith Virtual Pure Michigan Tour on WJR. Presented by Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org. WJR's transportation sponsor is Dean Trailways of Michigan. Online at DeanTrailways.com. Paul's Pure Michigan Tour broadcasts are also sponsored by Shepler's Mackinac Island Ferry, family owned and operated for over 70 years, and by Northwoods Wholesale Outlet in Pinconning. Today, we'll virtually explore Detroit and Southeast Michigan. This morning's broadcast is sponsored by Huntington Bank. For more information, visit huntington.com. Once again, here's Paul W. Smith.
As we continue here at 5:50, 10 minutes away from 6, streaming and on the radio, WJR.com/Pure Michigan Tour, Facebook.com, WJR, the same thing on YouTube. Search for WJR 760 AM as we work with you and experiment together as radio continues to evolve. Lots of things have had to evolve because of COVID-19 since we're all at home. Except for Brian Morton in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building, and I'm sure if he hasn't started receiving hazardous duty pay, he will. And we're all at our homes in our own little new studios. So with all of that, you'll notice Dick is down more on level with us after a visit by the video police, and we still have you still kind of up with your head up because of all the things you have to do running your newscasts from home.
Right. I don't have a good place to put my camera. It's up against my Detroit Red Wings coffee cup here.
So if Dick falls off every time he takes a cup of coffee.
Yeah, if I hold it like this in front of me, of course, it looks like it's in front of me. But I can't do that and do the newscast at the same time. So I have to put it up against my Red Wings coffee cup.
You and Dana have to actually read stuff that's coming through for traffic and weather or the news. So it looks like our governor has a little serious competition in terms of being the vice presidential running mate of Joe Biden. People are vetting Amy Klobuchar. So I say people because, let's be honest, Joe can't vet anybody. He doesn't even know where he is. Joe, you're in the basement. So it'll be fascinating to see what happens. Well, our president came and he did not disappoint. He didn't wear a mask in front of anybody. And there he stood with everyone around him wearing a mask. And I saw that the mask that he held had the presidential seal on it. I think Ford did that for him. Don't you guys? I don't think those came official masks from the White House because I haven't seen them before.
No.
So I think Jim Hackett, he told us on the air that he from his experience at U of M, branding, logoing, we knew something was up. I kind of thought it'd be the presidential seal. But I also didn't really think we would see this man with this mask. And there's so many reasons, sad reasons, really. But speaking of
what
sad,
happened to that mask? Where is the mask?
I wrote to Jim Hackett asking him for the mask.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, because I assume they made a few, you know? They didn't make one mask.
Right, yes,
I
definitely.
assume that if they're going to make a mask with a presidential seal, they made a few of them. So I wrote to him and asked for the mask. He did not respond to the mask request. Let me see what he did say. I don't think it's too private. He wrote, "We worked really hard to get him to wear the mask, and he did. It's just that it came off rather quickly." And this at a time when more studies indicate more evidence that wearing a mask does reduce coronavirus transmissions. I don't know. I didn't do a study over 2 months ago when I said wear a mask. I just knew. Some things you just know. I don't know why the medical community can't do that. In the efforts of saying they need scientific proof, hundreds of thousands of people became infected because they didn't buy what I was saying over 2 months ago, and that is everybody should act as if they have it, and therefore everybody should wear a mask.
You know what else is cool, Paul? Are those shields? You know,
I
the
love
president.
those, yeah.
I like those.
Those are cool.
They make sense because then you don't get so hot with the mask on. So if you're
Much better.
working and you have to be working for a long period of time with a covering, that seems pretty practical to me.
I think it's very practical. I think I would love one of those shields, and I'll wear it forever. I
No,
got a
don't
note
say
from
that.
Art to Tebow saying his lovely wife Joni is. I guess he wants me to say she's 74 today. Joni, I thought maybe 54, but 74 today, and she's with their granddaughter, and they're watching us this morning.
Happy birthday, Joni.
Yes, have a great
Have
day.
a great
Joni.
day.
A great day indeed. And they're up. What's that lake? That beautiful lake, Kim? The beautiful lake Art Tebow is on is so well known, and I just can't think of it right now.
Is he on Torch Lake? Elk Lake?
Yeah, is it Torch? Walloon Lake. He's on Walloon Lake.
He's on Walloon.
It's a beautiful
he's
lake.
on
Beautiful lake.
beautiful Walloon Lake, and you know he has the little car that comes down the side of the mountain from his house down to the water, going back to his Boyne days.
Well, that's awesome.
Really nice.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, we're going to break here soon for traffic and weather, but I'll leave you with this headline that really defies any description, but it's just put it up there with all the weird headlines. And this one is, California man planning to wed his beloved cat to raise money for Los Angeles animal shelter.
What?
Do they have to get married to raise money?
I was just thinking, all the times we've raised money for shelters in the past, no one has
Right.
ever suggested that I or they marry one of the animals in the shelter.
Now, if he wanted to put his cat on his insurance, now that would make sense.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't really know. All I do know is at 5:56 on WJR, we're taking care of business.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus Bulbs.
At Batteries Plus Bulbs, we've never been prouder to back you up, to keep trucks running, thermometers working, each other connected. So when you need us, we'll be here at your local Batteries Plus Bulb store, curbside, and batteriesplus.com.
And at now 5:57, we're checking in with Dana Clark, our WJR Traffic and Weather First. Miss Dana?
Well, no surprise that Hines Drive is still shut down eastbound and westbound between Outer Drive and Ann Arbor Trail. Construction in Bloomfield Township along 75 northbound between 7 Mile and Adams. The road is reduced to just 2 lanes there through early November. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. The script has flipped. We have some showers expected today. Earlier in the week, it was supposed to be dry, but we know how that goes. The holiday weekend is here. That's the good news. Some showers are starting off with clouds and some rain after about 7 a.m. Showers on and off throughout the afternoon. Then this evening, things start to dry out. Your high 65. Overnight low 57 on Saturday, partly cloudy, and a high of 74. On Sunday, scattered thunderstorms and a high of 82. And then Memorial Day Monday, some showers, thunderstorms in the morning, but hot, a high of 87. Cloudy skies, 60 degrees. I'm Danielle Clark, WJR News, with Dick Hafner in about 3 minutes.
You know how I mentioned this looks like Hollywood Squares to me.
Yes, it does.
I then see online last night. I have not read it yet because it's a lot of pages. I have a feeling it's going to be horrible, but it's the mad, sad, totally fab life of Paul Lynde. Speaking of Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Squares, right.
Having met Paul Lynde many, many years ago. In fact, I'm told that on, I think it's YouTube, you can still see the time that I brought Paul Lynde he was on my radio show in Toledo. Then I took him down the street, literally went down the street and took him to the television station, and he ended up giving a weather forecast. It's so long ago. It's the time when the weather was like little pieces on a map and chalk, and you'd point and all that. Completely different than it is today. Paul Lynde giving the weather on television in Toledo, but it looks like he had a pretty wild life. Anyway, if you're interested in Paul Lynde, it's out there. The imperfect TV icon re-examined. James Hibbard, celebrity. I don't know what that is. As I was doing my research last night, that popped up. And since I mentioned him, and since I print the internet and have run out of ink on this printer and still have ink in that printer until I get to...
Paul W. here. Are you traveling for work, visiting family out of state? Hey, look, the next time you ride to DTW,
Kathy
use a
says
company that
one
is
of our
putting your
Facebook
safety
watchers says
first.
she knows somebody
Metro Cars puts
who
health and
makes those
safety
shield
as their
maps.
#1 priority.
Oh, yeah?
Sanitizing vehicles.
Dominic says he uses the Shield.
Well, and with asthma using the Shield. That's interesting.
Yeah, it would probably, you wouldn't feel so claustrophobic.
Yeah.
When you go to the grocery store and you have a mask on and you're there for a while, it gets kind of.
And then when you have glasses, they get foggy.
Yeah.
And it's really, I got to tell you,
Constantly foggy.
the masks have made it very tough for bank robbers.
Yes.
No, seriously, give me your money. This isn't COVID-19. I'm robbing you. Come on, anybody?
Especially
Has
those
begun
of color.
in Midland, but it'll take a
Yes,
long
not a
time.
good thing.
Some
Got
people
not
are
a good
returning to
look.
their home.
Are we supposed to be quiet and listen to Dick?
No, he's on the access. Dick's on the access, so we're not interrupting him.
Oh, okay, good.
But if we talk, we're speaking over him.
No, we're not speaking up. No, he's not on the Facebook feed.
Okay. So
He's got a
anyway, you
different
know what I
page.
noticed yesterday too? That I don't know what the lottery is. Like
You
what
mean the
there's
amount?
right, because when we go to work, we drive on the freeway and every day you know what's the I'm like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what the Mega Millions and
Last
Powerball
time
is.
I saw it was a lot of money, but that was the last time I saw it, and that was a
Yeah, it's
while
like
ago.
298 million for the Mega, and the
Oh.
Powerball is 108. I'm thinking, why do I not know this? I used to know it every day, but if you're not out and about, you don't see it.
You can
That
go
would be
on
helpful right now.
MichiganLottery.com or Lottery
Yes,
Online or something like
Which
that.
Annie, you've
They have
done it
that.
online, correct? Played the
Correct.
lottery online.
I've done it online.
Paul and
Yeah.
I both have, yeah.
Okay.
It's easy.
Then I get an email saying that my winnings have arrived, and I don't open it right away.
Right, because you don't know who it is.
No,
Well,
you don't know
I
how much.
No, I don't know how
Oh.
much, and I believe and hope it's going to be more than the $4 or $8 that it always is.
Right.
Yeah, I open all the other emails I have to, then I go back to that and say, okay, let's see
You're
if I'm
savoring.
getting up at 4 a.m. again, and here I am.
Here you are. I might try it today.
It's just a matter of time if you keep playing, Dub.
Right.
You'll win the big pot.
We
You
know
said
someone,
Gloria.
and I won't mention names because I
Yes,
didn't
we
ask
do.
if I could. We know somebody who we've had on as a guest a number of times,
Mhm.
who in fact would buy it online, and he didn't always check.
Right.
And he got a phone call from some guy, and they said, "Yeah, we're from the Michigan Lottery." He goes, "Okay, great.
Yeah,
I
right.
already buy tickets, whatever. No. You've won. Oh,
Mhm.
well, that's great. What did I win? $1 million.
Wow,
That's
that
a real
would be a
true.
nice phone
That's
call.
a true story.
Yeah.
That would be a very nice phone call.
That'd be a great phone call.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing this weekend? What's the plan?
Sleeping.
Not much, really.
Sleeping. How exciting is that? I live a very exciting life.
Right. Probably mom will come over, I guess, on Memorial Day. I'll make something. Who knows?
Barbecuing, yes.
Barbecue, probably. And we may have some friends come over on Saturday. Social distance, though.
Because now we can have 10 people.
But you're still supposed to stay apart.
But we have to be 6. We have to be 6 feet apart. We have to have a mask on if we're inside. So how will that party work?
When I lived in New York City, I wouldn't have been able to have had anybody over because you couldn't be 6 feet apart in my old New York apartment. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. So, right, Annie, you probably still should wear a mask.
Inside, that's the recommendation.
I have a procedure. When people enter, they're going to wash their hands immediately. I'm going to spray them down with Lysol or use
Not in their eyes. Did you see that story yesterday?
No. Anyway, they get the wand.
This woman she said she was reaching for the thing to do the temperature.
Yeah.
You know, the little thermometer, you just point it there. For whatever reason, she picked up like the Lysol or something and sprayed the guy right in his eyes.
Oh, jeez.
And he goes, oh, or it was a woman. I'm so sorry. I thought I was grabbing the thermometer.
Well,
really?
You have to, no.
Are you going to make
who presses the button on their thermometer like that?
Anyway.
Dana, are you going to take their temperatures too?
Yes. They get their temperature taken. And then they're going to use the oximeter.
We have to put them up against the wall and wand them.
We have a 3-step process here in order to get into the Clark Thompson household.
By the time they get in the household, it's time for them to turn around and leave.
So I really got this so Trevor could take it on the road with him. Paul W., you guys need to too when you travel for your hotel.
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Annie, you better get on it. It took 2 months to come.
Trevor's just way bigger than mine, but
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I went and got one of those thermometers.
I did too.
Yeah.
I love it.
The hold, you hold it in front of you.
Yes.
You don't have to touch it. You just hold it in front. Mm-hmm. Like the one, you know what? They've been doing that in Japan and China for years.
Really?
When we would go there for the auto shows, they would do it for years. And they also had signs up in English saying, if you don't feel particularly well or have a cough or any other, please let us know. They say that because if you let them know, they throw you in a box.
You're done.
You're never seen again.
Right.
It's like, where'd Paul go?
People are still down there.
He was right here. So,
but I don't know. The temperature thing to me is just letting me know you are not sick at this moment.
Yeah, just at
this moment.
Right.
But you could be tomorrow. So,
this is Paul W. Smith's 2020 virtual Pure Michigan Tour, presented by Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org. WJR's transportation sponsor is Dean Trailways of Michigan, online at DeanTrailways.com. Paul's Pure Michigan Tour broadcasts are also sponsored by Shepler's Mackinac Island Ferry, family-owned and operated for over 70 years, and by Northwoods Wholesale Outlet in Pinconning. Today, we'll virtually explore Detroit and Southeast Michigan. This morning's broadcast is sponsored by Huntington Bank. For more information, visit huntington.com. Now, here's Paul W. Smith.
Good Friday morning to you. It is the 22nd day of May, the 143rd day of 2020, with 223 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. The team is here. Our WJR news director, Dick Hafner, at home and presenting the news, not missing a beat. Getting closer and closer to our level. He had a meeting with the engineers, the engineers picture police. Dana Clark is here with traffic and weather and food and movies and all kinds of stuff on a Friday.
How you doing?
Kim is nearby in bed doing her work. And of course, Ann Thomas is raring to go with her Paul W. Smith Golf Classic hat on. I certainly appreciate that, Annie.
Good
And it's
morning, Dove.
nice and-
Happy Friday. See
Nice
my
and
hat.
light out. Nice and light out early.
Yeah, isn't it great? It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it really is. It
Yeah.
really is. And
Be
it's
a nice day for golf.
holiday weekend, nice weekend for golf, weather-wise and otherwise. And Dick has teased us with the 80s, which is all good news. Unfortunately, let's give the update on the coronavirus, COVID-19 cases up to 53,510, and losing our family, friends, neighbors, colleagues. That death toll now at 5,129. I remember when the prediction was 3,000, and I hoped aloud, man, I hope we don't hit 3,000. We've now surpassed 5,000. But it's getting better, we're told. Those numbers are going down, or I guess in the terminology that we learned, we're flattening the curve. So we've been successful with that. Therefore, the governor is opening things up slowly but surely. The auto dealers can start to sell cars this coming week. I guess some of them selling cars a variety of other ways, being very innovative in doing that. But now they'll continue to do it. Folks are going to be able to have people together for this holiday, as long as it's 10 people or fewer, and we continue to physically distance.
And
But,
Dana's got a whole plan there.
Dana's
Paul,
got like
she was
everything.
telling us about. So
Yeah.
Dana, tell us how you're going to do that. What are you doing,
Okay.
Dana? It's very funny.
So when they ring the doorbell, first I look out, see who it is, see if they're on the approved list. Because if you're number 11, you're not getting in. So then, once you get in here, you're going to, first I'm going to take your temperature. Take your temperature first, which I do have that. I don't have that with me now. Then you're going to wash your hands thoroughly using one of those songs we talked about, doing the jingle. Then after you wash your hands, I'm going
paper
to
towels. Do you have paper towels?
paper towels.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, that's a good
Yes, guest towels. And then you're going to put this oximeter, which I just got in the mail yesterday. I'll turn it on. If it's like less than 80, Annie, let me know. I have to be rushed right away to the hospital. Anyway, in the upper 90s is good.
You have to be in the upper 90s.
You have to be in the upper 90s.
Level.
This does mean your oxygen level is good. Then after you pass that test, you're going to be sprayed down, not in the face, with Lysol. Just ever so lightly. You know how you run through it? I'll spray and you do the mist through it. And then the final step is you're going to be wanded down with my UV light killer. Then you're clear to come in. And then 10 minutes later, you got to go.
Wow. You got it all going on. Are you
I'm ready.
letting your guests know about this ahead of time? So they
No,
don't
good question.
Absolutely not.
assaulted
No.
at the door?
No.
That's a good question, though, Paul.
I would let them know.
Yeah, me too.
I'll send out an email. A pamphlet.
Welcome to our COVID-19 party. Because of COVID-19, there'll be certain things you'll be asked to do.
That's
at the
right.
door.
That's right. Then you can come in.
I see that we, the U.S., United States, has committed a little money to Oxford University and UK-based drug maker AstraZeneca. I heard that, the AstraZeneca thing. I didn't put together they were a UK-based drug maker. We're putting some money into their vaccination program. You know how much money we're putting into that? $1.2 billion. So what do they know that we don't know?
Wow.
Dick,
That's
nobody has come out with anything that I'm aware of, AstraZeneca included, saying we've got it. We've got the vaccination. I mean, I haven't heard that.
But it's thought to be one of the leading possibilities to get to a vaccine. And after all, this is Oxford University. It's not just 12 Mile High here that's doing the research for the coronavirus vaccine. And AstraZeneca, which is one of the world's top drug companies, top pharmaceuticals, says they may be able to mass produce this before the end of the year.
October.
Also, the company has told the U.S., if you're going to be giving us money, you're going to get first dibs on this vaccine. So they'll have 300 million doses, they say, if it's approved as a good vaccine by the end of the year. And all or much of it will go to the U.S. at first. So we're going to get something out of this if it pans out.
Well, it's
But
going to
who
be.
wants to sign up to be the first one to get that? I don't know. I'm a little
Some
hesitant.
people have already signed up and are being experimented on, and I say, God bless you for doing that.
Thank you.
You know, we've all seen the news stories where somebody's getting a shot in the arm. I hate shots, but getting a shot in the arm as an experiment, as a guinea pig, frankly, for some of these other hopeful vaccinations. So, God bless them. That'll be great. So you're out for a drive with the family. You hit something and it feels bumpy in the car. You get out. Thankfully, you didn't hit anything but a bunch of bags. But those bags contained $1 million in cash.
It's amazing.
That's a really nice family drive in Caroline County, Maryland. And I think the rule is if they don't find out who lost the money after a certain period of time, you get to keep the money.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's how that works. 613 WJR.
This report is sponsored by California Closets. California Closets clients can now enjoy a virtual design consultation. Save 15% off your custom solution plus. No payments for 12 months. Call 248-624-1234 today for your virtual design consultation or visit californiaclosets.com.
614, and those of you following along on the social media, we will break away and come back to you on Tuesday morning at 5:30. But don't forget, we are going to be continuing right here on 760 on the AM dial. Turn us on in your house or in your car or wherever we might be together and continue listening here to WJR with our WJR Traffic and Weather First and Dana Clark.
A couple of projects are wrapping up today in Detroit. Paul W. 8 Mile